Hello, so this video is on Hinduism. Hinduism is the world's oldest religion, according to many scholars, with roots and customs dating back more than 4,000 years. Today, with more than 900 million followers, Hinduism is the third largest religion behind Christianity and Islam. Roughly 95% of the world's Hindus live in India. Because other religion has no specific founder, it's difficult to trace its origin and history. Hinduism is unique in that it's not a single religion, but a compile of many beliefs and philosophies. So some of the beliefs. Some basic Hindu concepts include Hindus embrace many religious ideas. For that reason, it's sometimes referred to as the way of life or a family of religions as opposed to a single organized religion. Most forms of Hinduism are henoistic, which means they worship a single deity known as Brahman, but still recognize other gods and goddesses. Followers believe there are multiple paths to reaching their god. Hindus believe in the doctrines of samsara, the continuous cycle of life and death and reincarnation and karma. One of the key thoughts of Hinduism is Atman, or the belief in soul. This philosophy holds that living creatures have a soul, and they're all part of the Supreme Soul. The goal is to achieve moksha, or salvation, which ends the cycle of rebirth to become part of an absolute soul. One fundamental principle of the religion is the idea that people's actions and thoughts directly determine their current lives and future lives. Hindus strive to achieve dharma, which is a code for living that emphasizes good conduct and morality. Hindus revere all living creatures and consider the cow a sacred animal. Food is an important part of life for Hindus. Most don't eat beef or pork, and many are vegetarians. Hinduism is closely related to other Indian religions, including Buddhism, Sikhism, and Jainism. I'm pronouncing those right. Symbols. There are two primary symbols associated with Hinduism, the Om and the swastika. The word swastika means good fortune or being happy in Sanskrit, and the symbol represents good luck. It's a diagonal version of the swastika, later became associated with the Germany's Nazi Party when they made it their symbol in 1920. The Om symbol is composed of three Sanskrit letters and represents three sounds, A, U, and M, which when combined are considered a sacred sound. The Om symbol is often found at family shrines and in Hindu temples. Hinduism's holy books. Hindus value many sacred writings as opposed to only one holy book. The primary sacred texts, known as the Vedas, were composed around 10,000 BC. 15,000 BC. Yeah. This collection of versions and hymns was written in Sanskrit and contains revelations received by ancient saints and sagas. The Vedas are made up of the Rig Veda, the Samara Veda, Yajur Veda. Hindus believe that the Vedas transcend all time and don't have a beginning or an end. Okay, the origins of Hinduism. Most scholars believe Hinduism started somewhere between 23,000 BC and 15,000 BC in the Indus Valley near modern-day Pakistan. But many Hindus argue that their faith is timeless and has always existed. Unlike other religions, Hinduism has no founder, but is instead a fusion of various beliefs. Around 15,000 BC, the Indo-Aryan people migrated to the Indus Valley, and their language and culture blended with that of the indigenous people living in the region. There's some debate over who influenced who more during this time. The period when the Vedas were composed became known as the Vedic period and lasted from about 15,000 BC to about 500 BC. Rituals such as sacrifices and chanting were common in the Vedic period. The epic, Puranic, and classic periods took place between 500 BC and 500 AD. Vedas began to emphasize and worship of deities, especially Vishnu, Shiva, and Devi. The concept of Dharma was introduced in new texts and other faiths such as Buddhism. Jainism spread rapidly. So this is a slide just showing Hinduism versus Buddhism. Hinduism and Buddhism have many similarities. Buddhism, in fact, arose out of Hinduism, and both believe in reincarnation, karma, and that a life of devotion and honor is a path of salvation and enlightenment. But some key differences exist between the two religions. Buddhism rejects the caste system of Hinduism and does away with the rituals and priesthood. Medieval and modern Hindu history. The medieval period of Hinduism lasted from about 500 to 1500 AD. New texts emerged, and poet saints recorded their spiritual sentiments during this time. In the 7th century, Muslim Arabs began invading areas in India during parts of the Muslim period, which lasted from about 1200 to 1757. Islamic rulers prevented Hindus from worshipping their deities, and some temples were destroyed. Mahatma Gandhi. Between 1757 and 1947, the British controlled India. At first, the new rulers allowed Hindus to practice their religion without interference, but later Christian missionaries sought to convert and westernize the people. Many reformers emerged during the British period. The well-known politician and peace activist Mahatma Gandhi led a movement that pushed for India's independence. The partition of India occurred in 1947, and Gandhi was assassinated in 1948. British India was split into what is now the independent nation of India and Pakistan, and Hinduism became the major religion of India. Starting in the 1960s, many Hindus migrated to North America and Britain, spreading their faith and philosophies to the Western world. Hindus worship many gods and goddesses, in addition to Brahman, who is believed to be the supreme god, force present in all things. Some of the most prominent deities include Brahma, the god responsible for the creation of the world and all living things, Vishnu, the god that preserves and protects the universe, Shiva, the god that destroyed the universe in order to recreate it, Devi, the goddess that fights to restore Dharma, Krishna, the god of compassion, tenderness, and love, Hindu places of worship. Hindu worship is also known as puja. Typically takes place in a mandir, which is a temple. Followers of Hinduism can visit the mandir at any time they please. Hindus can also worship at home, and many have special shrines dedicated to certain gods and goddesses. The giving of offerings is an important part of Hindu worship. It's a common practice to present gifts such as flowers or oils to a god or goddess. Additionally, many Hindus take pilgrimages to the temples and other sacred sites. Sects of Hinduism. Hinduism has many sects and is sometimes divided by the following. You have Shaivism, followers of Shiva. Vaishnava, followers of Vishnu. Shaktism, followers of Devi. Smarta, followers of Brahman and all major deities. Some Hindus evaluate the Hindu trinity, which consists of Brahman, Vishnu, and Shiva. Others believe that all deities are the manifestation of one. So as I mentioned before, there is a caste system with the Hindu beliefs. The caste system is a social hierarchy. In India, that divides Hindus based on their karma and dharma. Many scholars believe the system dates back more than 3,000 years. The four main castes in order of prominence include Brahmin, the intellectual and spiritual leaders, Kshataris, the protectors and public servants of society, Vaishras, the skillful producers, and Shudras, the unskilled workers. Many subcategories also exist within each caste. The untouchables are a class of citizens that are outside the caste system and considered to be the lowest level of social hierarchy. For centuries, the caste system determined every aspect of a person's social, professional, and religious status in India. When India became an independent nation, its constitution banned discrimination based on caste. Today, the caste system still exists in India, but is loosely followed. Many of the old customs are overlooked, but some traditions, such as only marrying within a specific caste, are still embraced. So we finish up with some Hindu holidays. Hindus observe numerous sacred days, holidays, and festivals. Some of the most well-known include Diwali, the Festival of Lights, Navaratri, the celebration of fertility in the harvest, Holi, a spring festival, Krishna Janmashtami, a tribute to Krishna's birthday, Rashka Bandhan, a celebration of the bond between brother and sister, and Mahashrivarati, the festival of Shiva. So that's it. Thanks for watching.